Good morning. I am Jack Sullivan, Jr. I'm the senior pastor of First Christian Church, Disciples of Christ in Findlay, Ohio. And I'm privileged to stand through the journey of hope as one who represents a demographic that many assume will be among the very first to support capital punishment. And that would be relatives of those who have been murdered. This demographic includes me. For 20 years ago, I lost my beloved little sister Jennifer to murder in my hometown of Cleveland, Ohio. For many years, scores of prosecutors, judges, juries, and politicians have asserted and predicted that the only way for my demographic to ever arrive at closure and healing is for the state to execute those who were convicted of killing our loved ones. However, on behalf of thousands of those who have lost loved ones to murder, I have risen here in Texas on this particular morning to say to our elected officials, appointed leaders, and people in every segment of our population that killing those who have been convicted of murdering our loved ones only masquerades as closure. During this season of Halloween, the death penalty masquerades as a mechanism that will produce healing, masquerades as a system that will give us strength to move on and rebuild our lives. However, the only things that executions actually do accomplish will be to continue the matrix of death and advance the machinery of misery onto those who suffer the cruel and unusual state-sponsored death, and also their families. With tears in our eyes and hearts that beat fast, with every memory we have of our loved ones, we boldly issue the following plea to our elected officials in Texas and everywhere: execute no one in our names, not in our names. We reject a narrative of vengeance. Instead, we affirm a narrative based on vision, a vision of true healing for victim family members. Lawmakers, if you really want to honor those of us who have lost loved ones to murder, killing those who were convicted, often wrongly and with racial bias, is not the way. Instead, I implore you to invest in systems that support victim family members. Make sure we have access to counseling, quality education, can meet the cost of funeral expenses, adequate housing, and scholarships for higher education, and every resource that we need to sustain lives and rebuild lives. Many people who work with us are people of faith, as I am, while others are people of goodwill. Collectively, we hold that we do not trust a future that does not involve reconciliation. In fact, a future that does not include pathways for redemption nullifies all of our songs about amazing grace and voids our meditations on the power of forgiveness. We therefore seek a future that is not held hostage by the dark night of vengeance, but is liberated by the bright dawn of reconciliation. So we stand in solidarity with people of goodwill and vision in Texas and across this land as we cry out with one voice, saying, vision, not vengeance. Reconciliation, not ruthlessness. Redemption, not rejection. Repeal the death penalty. We have the power to do so. Let's do it now. God bless you all.